Well, in the last video, I bedded this axle cap to the axle. We'll see if it actually worked. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke. Well, you can see where it's squished down to where just the wood is showing, but it filled all in the high spots. A few little places. I think that'll work. Just have to file off the edges. Looks like I have one little spot that I didn't squish out to the side. I may have to just kind of fill that in. As here we had wood contact pretty tight, and then a little low spot or high spot, whatever. Just have to clean off the excess. Yeah, looks like I got just a little bit of filling to do there. So I don't have these bolted permanently, but I wanted them in place because this is going to give me my location of the axle on the reaches. So now I can take and adjust these bottom plates that fit between the axle and the reaches, and then these main clips will actually go through these. And then underneath the reach there's this plate that will actually serve as a double washer that the nuts will tighten up against. So this will give me my placement. Probably actually remove the axle to get a straight drill through these holes that my clip bolts go through. The ends that actually bolt up against the reaches are a little out of alignment. I'll straighten those out after I have the axle kind of bolted in place. I'm speculating they're both kind of the same. Maybe they had bent just with fatigue over time. I don't know. But the left side is kind of about the same. I'll just relax this bend here when I get the axle bolted down permanently. So this center bolt I drilled as a 7/16, which the original one was. These are 9/16, and I also drilled these at that size. Now I'm speculating that these are probably originally drilled at 5/8. Don't know that for sure, but I'm going to take a hot rod and run through each of these. I've got both a 9/16 and a 7/16, and see if this will go through there freely. If not, I may have to open these up to a 5/8. The holes on the top plates and the bottom plates are both 5/8. And when these don't go through exactly straight because of the taper of the axle on both sides, these rods or these bolts don't go through perfectly straight as well. That's where I'm speculating that probably these two outside ones were drilled at 5/8. Even on these original reaches, they're pretty big. They are even over 5/8, but that partly could be because of deterioration. But on this one hole, you can see how oblong it is. I think they had difficulty as well when they initially installed these, which is not all that uncommon. I'm going to try, though, the 9/16, and I may have to open up to 5/8. I don't anticipate the 7/16 being a problem, because it's a straight shot through. Well, 9/16 is not a common size for me to have in stock, so I took a piece of 5/8 and I turned it down. 9/16 comes out at 0.5625. I turned this a hair larger at 0.565. So by default, it'll be a little bigger, but the process of putting this hot rod through it seals up the grain against the possibility of future rot. Plus, it'll be slightly oversized. I hope it'll work. I should have burned that hole as well. I don't know. So my side braces are actually holding me up here. I may have to pull these off to allow this axle to rotate into place. Since these are underneath this reach cap bar, it's not allowing it to rotate up because it's hitting here. My center bolt needs to be center. I think it's gonna work. There we go. Almost got it cross-threaded there. Well, since I was going to adjust these once I had the axle in position, but now that I have them off, I think I can do a little bit of tweaking on them right now. I may have to do a little fine tuning once they're actually on there. You can see how crooked that is. So I have this clamped here. This is where the axle would sit. This angles clear off to this direction. And it seems to me like it should be right in line. What can I grab that with? I can tweak this over. Maybe too far. That's got to be a lot closer. Oh, I think we're much better there. Yeah, I like the looks of that much better. Well, I may have held this against its will. We'll see where it goes. Actually, looks like maybe I went just a fuzz past. But that's easy to fix. And here we go. Stick it right there. That was pretty centered up. And looks like I got a little over eager on the left side too. Well, we're making some headway. I kind of like to see the progress. Hope you do as well. Appreciate you coming along. Thanks for watching.